All right, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we got going on. Got a listening session that I want to do. This is a show that I did a few years ago. I want to say back in 2017. I do believe that's when we did this show. My special guest on this show, it was a Friday night. It was the blast that aired on Friday night. And my special guest on that show was my dear brother and friend, Melvin Jackson from High Point, North Carolina. Now, as the story goes, ladies and gentlemen, it was Melvin Jackson that I was talking to before I actually began these radio shows. And Melvin was telling me how he wanted to promote Acappella gospel music, and he knew a lot about the Acappella groups that he wanted to put out there because he loved Acappella gospel music so much. And at that particular time, when me and Melvin was having this conversation, I wasn't really into Acappella gospel music like that, like I am now, if truth be told. So I always tease Melvin about this. I always tell him that he's the one that's supposed to be doing this radio show and not me. And I actually had him as a special guest host for this show a few weeks ago. He hosted the show. So I did a show with him just so we could explain to our listeners how this show came about and how he had a love for Acappella gospel music. And we was going through some of his favorite artists, and he was all over my playlist on that particular show. So it was a great show. But during the show, Straight Company is one of my favorite groups. It's one of Melvin's favorite groups as well. And I hope Melvin sees this video because I'm talking about you, Melvin. But it was during that show that Murrah Essej from Straight Company called into the show while we was talking about, I don't know if we was talking about Straight Company at that particular point in the show, but I know we had been talking about Straight Company on the show. So this is the conversation that was had between Essej and Melvin during the show. So I want to play that part on this listening experience. And this is episode 150. So it happened a few years ago, but you can attach the link to this particular show to this video so you can listen to the show in its entirety, because it was a good show. Me and Melvin had a great time on that show. And I was just reminiscing earlier tonight, and I said, I need to do a listening session for this show right here, because that was a good show, and that was a good conversation that Melvin and Essej had on that particular show. So this is a listening session for episode 150 on the blast that aired, I want to say back in 2017. I do believe that was the date of the year, rather, for this particular show. I think you'll really enjoy what you're hearing on this particular listening session. Check out the episode 150. Melvin Jackson, my special guest. Enjoy your listening experience. I'm Stevie B.
I want to give a shout out to Karen May. He lives in Chicago, Illinois. Karen May. Stevie B wants to give you a shout out. Stevie B's Acappella Gospel Music Blast. Hello, family. This is Steve Adams, and you're listening to Stevie B's Acappella Gospel Music Blast. Welcome. This is Garrick Edison of the Acappella group One Hope in Christ, straight out of Louisville, Kentucky. And you're listening to Stevie B's Acappella Gospel Music Blast radio show. And he's dropping bombs. Boom, boom.
Drop them bombs. That's why it's called a blast on Friday.
Hi, this is Yvonne Gooch, owner of Blazing Crackers, and I am a proud sponsor of Stevie B's Acappella Gospel Music Blast.
Blazing crackers, they on fire. You need a treat, you're hungry, you need something. Blazing treat, you're hungry, showing up hungry, need something. Blazing crackers, B-L-A-Z-I-N crackers, yeah. B-L-A-Z-I-N crackers, yeah. B-L-A-Z-I-N.
Stevie B's Acappella Gospel Music Blast. Hey, this is John Poo Malone. You're listening to the Acappella Gospel Music Blast. Stevie B.
Ladies and gentlemen, you got Stevie B on the air tonight in North Carolina, the Carolina studio with my special guest on the show tonight, my dear brother Melvin Jackson from High Point, North Carolina. That's home cooking right there, Melvin. That's home cooking.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Home cooking.
Now,
Hey,
Melvin, I have what's up. Now, Melvin, I have a surprise for you tonight. I got my man Essej from Straight Company. He's on the show with us tonight. How you doing, my brother?
I'm great, man. You full of surprises tonight, huh?
Yes, sir.
This is a great show, ladies and gentlemen.
Now, Essej,
yes,
sister brother I was telling you about, who said he knew you.
Okay. Yeah, Melvin Jackson.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Listen, man.
I'm awesome, man. I'm awesome. What are you doing over there, Doc?
I'm trying to give Stevie my perspective on what I've seen on this side of the country. You know, while y'all was in Louisville, Kentucky.
Well, we over doing a totally different thing.
Right, yes, sir. Now, do you
That's
remember
all
who I
good.
am? Do you remember me?
Where did we run across one another?
Do you remember being in Gary? Do you remember being in Gary, Indiana, at the Flying J? And you was on your way to Washington State, I believe, and I was going to Minnesota. And we drove and talked. I was driving. I drove for Dart, and you drove for Mayflower.
Yes. that is crazy, man. That was a good four years ago, Doc.
Yeah, good 4 years. Yeah.
Hey, Yolanda Johnson, how you doing this evening?
Wow, boy, and through the power of radio, here we are again. Isn't that crazy?
I'm trying to tell you. I think the last
Got a
time
listening
I
session going on right now.
was in Greensboro at the South English Church. Y'all was waiting on a sponsor or somebody to come down. Brother Harris had y'all over there that night.
Right.
And we opened up for y'all that night.
I remember that was a good night, man. I remember that.
This is Essej from Straight Company. I'm having a conversation with my friend Melvin Jackson. This was back in 2017.
When he said we have Melvin Jackson, I was like, Melvin Jackson.
Essej surprised
You know how you
me
go
by
through
calling
your
into the show.
mind. And I wasn't registering. And then when you told me about the meeting you and we talked.
Good to hear that you're doing fine. I'm doing just fine.
Okay.
I got the best gig in radio, so you know I'm doing good.
And I remember that night at English. They're a new congregation now, aren't they?
They got Sharp Road. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Sharp Road.
The new building.
Hope everything's going well with you.
Yeah, because we opened up for y'all that night. Sound of Joy. And y'all sung, but the sponsor, I don't think ever showed up or something like that. I think y'all was going to go somewhere. I don't know how it happened between that. But John Harris over y'all did. Did y'all still with John?
Yeah, well, not officially. John got so worn out, man. John said, "Man, I'm gonna have to retire. This is killing me." All right, hey, boy, when you on the chitlin circuit, Doc, it'll kill you.
Yeah, sir. The first time I was telling Stevie the first time y'all come here, he brought you to the High Point Theater up there, and it was packed that night. That's the first time
that was love. That was love.
Oh man, that was a beautiful place always. Stevie, you know the High Point Theater.
Yeah,
man.
Look to see Muhammad Ali there, the greatest. Yeah, I know that.
Is that right? Yeah, man. That place is nice right there.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, and boy, that's when y'all, the dude was still living, Kim was still living.
That's right. That's right.
Yep. And man, y'all turned it out. But I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna throw something back to you probably don't remember.
That's good to hear. Amen.
Roy Day.
We had a great worship today as well.
Oh yeah, man. I stay in touch with him now.
Do you?
Yeah.
I haven't heard from him in 20 years.
Have you heard this show? This episode 150 on the Blast on Friday night.
He brought y'all down.
Have you had a chance to hear that show?
And it probably wasn't 30 people there, but y'all seemed like
I'll
y'all.
put the link on this video once I post it.
As you did when it was the High Point Theater. Do you remember that night?
I don't play. It rained. It rained really bad.
It sure did. You remember going down, Stevie?
Yes, sir. And
really bad. It wasn't
man, I don't care.
I'll get you like 20 people there.
Oh, man, look here. It didn't matter. I trained them jokers. Look here. I don't care if there's 3 people out there. We're gonna do the same show. Stay consistent and give them 110. Give them 110. I remember that.
Y'all did it too. Y'all did it too. That was a great show, man. Then afterwards, we got to just mingle and talk.
It's episode 150 on the Blast on Friday night. I think it happened. It was back in year 2017. I'll post the link to Spotify. Once I complete this video, I'll put the link up here, so you can just click on the link and go right to the show.
And when somebody can slow me down, man,
I pulled it up on Amazon Music. It's episode 150.
Man, it means the world to me.
For the Blast on Friday night.
Stevie for always being that catalyst and that middle of the wheel, boy. It's something else, Doc. It's something else.
Trying to make it happen, man.
I appreciate it, man. I really do. Man.
Yes, ma'am. I have so many shows up here now, and I know a lot of people have not had a chance to hear these shows. We have a lot of great content. So just check it out. Go to Stevie B's Media Production. You'll see everything. I have 5 productions that I do each week, so it's a lot of great shows. So we got the preaching and teaching of the Word of God, and of course, I call it gospel music that's going on.
They wouldn't give me that kind of money. They know I'd act the fool. See.
Oh man,
both of these guys had a good time on that show.
Wasn't that your truck? Was
I was on operator then. That's right. Sure.
Yeah. You still drive?
No, Doc. No, I had to let it go a couple years ago, Doc.
Oh yeah, because I remember when you said, "Man, it worked out good." When we seen somewhere, I just take a trip there.
Boy, I told you everything, man. I used to drive my truck. Doc, we talked for a while. I used to drive my truck to the airport.
You guys crazy, boy.
Hey, are you guys sure y'all want to be talking about this on the air?
See, they forgot they was on the air. They started telling trucking secrets on the air.
I just know the stories we know.
That's right,
Hey, brother, thank you for calling into the show, man.
You see, I had to cut him off.
Man. I had to let you talk to Melvin because we've been talking about you, man. We've been talking about you all night.
He's always a joy, man. That's why I didn't hardly let him go when we stood out there talking, man. I was supposed to be going inside, give me a shower or something. That brother held me in, made me late.
Yeah, I'm still on Friday night. If you go to Spotify, you'll see all the shows there. The latest show will be at the very top on Spotify. I did a show this past Friday night.
Hey, Stevie, we were trying to figure out how to run together.
You know, I'm still on my grind.
It would be too far to route for him to go that way. You know what I mean?
Man, yeah. That
That
wouldn't have worked out no way, because, man, you have crazy. That wouldn't have worked out.
Hey, boys, it's crazy, man.
You ain't kidding, boy. You ain't
This is hilarious, man. I love these shows.
People don't know that.
They don't know what you go through, do they?
No, boy, they don't know what I
Stay out
got.
the way, please.
Man, Lord have mercy, boy. Hey,
I'm trying to cut them off.
This has been great radio tonight. This has been great radio tonight. Not only has the music been great, but this conversation has been outstanding. Really appreciate you guys.
Thank you, Steve.
Awesome, man. Hey, Melvin, we're running each other again, brother. I'm so happy to hear from you.
I'm happy to hear from you too, brother.
Yes, sir, man. Much love, bro.
Glad to
All
see you.
right. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for riding.
Keep dropping bombs, boy. Keep dropping
Oh, you know
bombs.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Stevie B's Acapella Gospel Music Blast.
Coming up next, I got my monthly triple spin for the month of October. This month, we are featuring the group Vision from Houston, Texas, 2019 album, While I'm Still Young. And now this group were the recipients for the NACAMA, the National Academy Christian Acapella Music Award, Contemporary Artist of the Year. The three singles that we're featuring on tonight's show is Give Me Jesus, I just love this song. And Don't Stop, I just love this song too. And Favor, you know I love this song. Enjoy my monthly triple spin for the month of October, featuring Vision. You guys, Stevie B on the ones and twos.
There is none like him for me. Give me Jesus, but don't need to say.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to play a little bit of that show. That's episode 150. I had my special guest on that show was Melvin Jackson from High Point, North Carolina. That's my dear brother and friend, and it was his idea to do this show in the first place. So I ran with the idea, and it is what it is that you see today. But I always like to give credit to Melvin Jackson, because if I hadn't talked to Melvin, I don't think I would have been doing this show, seriously. But that's why I always try to give him the praise and give him the congratulations for putting the idea in my head, because that's what he did, whether you realize it or not. But it's just a great show. I get a chance to feature the artists on this broadcast. We're doing artist interviews. We're playing some of the world's greatest acapella gospel music artists on this radio show. We have some great upcoming events coming. Let's see, what's this? Next Friday will be December 29th. No, November after Thanksgiving. Dad, what is the next show? I have to look at my calendar, but I got George G coming up at the end of the month. George G sings. He's an active member of Straight Company right now. Then rolling into December, on December the 1st, my special guest will be Soul Purpose from Greensboro, Winston-Salem, and Fayetteville, North Carolina. Then on December the 12th, my special guest will be Anthony Carter. No, not Anthony Carter. Steve Adams. That's who it's going to be. Steve Adams out of Houston, Texas, and my man Charlie, Jonathan Charlie, out of he sings with Room to Praise. He's out of Charlotte, North Carolina, but I think the group originated in Rochester, New York. But let's see who I got coming up after that. December. Oh, and that last show that we're going to be doing, December 29th, I'll be doing a special dedication show for all of the acapella artists that have been on this show for the year 2023. So that's what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. Then once we get into the new year, Lord willing, in 2024, we'll be kicking the year off. My man, Ron Walker from Atlanta, Georgia, he'll be releasing his new album, his 2023 album, Mind, Body, and Soul, in January. So he's going to come on the show on January the 12th, and we'll be debuting that album here on this broadcast. So there's a lot going on. If you go back and go to Stevie B's Media Production, I have over 700 episodes on that, on those various platforms. Wherever you're getting your favorite podcast from, just check out all these shows. Got some great shows. Did some great artist interviews. We've had the Melody Airs on here. We've had Shane Over, he's a former member of the Four Christian Stars. Darryl Smith, who's also a former member of the Four Christian Stars, he's been on here. We've had Vonda Tucker Waller, Nisa Cooper out of Memphis, Tennessee, Straight Company. We've had Committed Acapella Chorus, Tiffany Malone, Jerome Malone, John Pooh Malone. I'm just throwing names out there now. The Soul Influence out of Houston, Texas, Monte Cuba, Thurman Meadows, Journey Acapella out of Detroit. Who's some folk on the East Coast? We got George G in Florida, out there in California, Exodus 2.0, Cali JT and Terry Moore Mays out of Temple, Texas. So just a lot of great acapella gospel music artists who are putting out good music, and they have made their way. Oh, Dorian Paul out of Houston, Texas. Can't forget about Dorian. So they have made their way to the blast. Got my man CL White. He was on the show a few years ago. He's coming back to the blast. Durant out of Nashville, Tennessee. They done changed the name. They got another name now, but they're coming back to the show. So it's just a lot of great acapella. Eric Gwynn out of Montgomery, Alabama. It's just so many great artists that we're featuring on this radio show. So you can't deny the music, ladies and gentlemen. The acapella gospel music is outstanding. The productions are getting so much better. The music is sounding so great. So we're just having a great time here on The Blast. I'm featuring my song of the week, my monthly triple spin. Got my funny bones and featured comedians on the show. Got my old 100s. So if you are a lover of acapella gospel music, you will love what you're hearing on The Blast on a Friday night. Ride with me on The Blast. You know I'm flying 30,000 feet and I'm dropping bombs all over the place. So ride with me on The Blast on a Friday night. Enjoy your listening experience. This has been a listening session, episode 150 on The Blast that aired on Friday night. I think this show was back in 2017, but my special guest on that show was Melvin Jackson from High Point, North Carolina, and Essej from Straight Company called in to that particular show to talk to Melvin. That was just hilarious. So thank you guys for your love and support for these radio programs. Don't forget, on Tuesday night, we got What a Word the Lord radio show, which is featuring also Dr. Enthurica Lane. She does health and wellness. Kelly Fletcher, she does domestic topics like human trafficking and child abuse and whatnot. On Thursday night, the Gospel Light radio show, I have 8 co-hosts who are preaching the gospel of Jesus Christ. And then, of course, on Friday night, we're playing acapella gospel music. So thank you all for your love and support for these radio programs. I'm your host, Stevie R. Butler, a.k.a. Stevie B. Peace, peace, peace. Good night, everybody. God bless. Enjoy your listening experience. Click on the link to this video and enjoy the show. God bless.